I think it's about time that someone stood up to Israel, the Israeli government, and told them to cease and desist with the Jewish settlements in the occupied territories. It's long overdue. Now, we know that all the participants in the negotiations of that peace process have stated that the way forward, the way that peace will be achieved in that region, is with a two-state solution, a Palestinian state and an Israeli state. We know that a two-state solution is the only path forward. It's the only path that all the parties agree to. All the parties except for one. And you know who that party is? It's the right-wing Jewish fanatics who are settling in the occupied territories, who are creating these settlements. Why? Because they think that the occupied territories belong to them, that God gave it to them. It's in their Bible, all right? And they don't care what anyone else says, all right? They don't care what gets negotiated. They don't care what the consequences are. It says in their book that God gave it to them, so that's good enough for them, all right? And they're not going to listen to anyone else, all right? So what do they do when they get evicted by the Jewish government? Well, they do what any self-respecting religious fanatic would do. They go and they kill the enemy. They go and terrorize Palestinians. They go and kill, all right? That's their solution, all right? If they can't get what they want, they'll kill whoever's necessary to get what they want. That is terrorism, all right? Now, why is Netanyahu reluctant to crack down on these criminals? Why? Because they voted him into office, all right? So don't cry me a river if Netanyahu loses power because he can't evict the Jewish settlers, all right? He chooses not to. And if he loses power because of it, so much the better. You know, we had much better Israeli leadership when we had Yitzhak Rabin in office. But, you know, he was murdered. He was assassinated by a right-wing Jewish fanatic. Okay? These people have held the sway of the politics of that area of the world for far too long, and they need to be put down. All right? We need to stop Jewish settlements. We need to get on with a two-state solution. And Netanyahu, if he can't get off his ass because these people voted him into office, he needs to go too. All right? So it's about time. It's about time. We send billions of dollars over there. We are responsible for them even existing. Okay? We have supported them consistently, and we will continue to support them because we believe that most Israelis are very reasonable people, and they are. It's just these right-wing fanatics in there that are holding sway over the government. Familiar story, okay? Like what other countries do we know where the right-wing extremists are holding the rest of the country hostage, all right? We know other examples of that happening. I won't mention them by name. But it's a good segue into talking about the assassination of Tiller. You know, the right wing calls Tiller a mass murderer, and then they sit back in surprise and denial when he gets assassinated by one of their own. You know, when you use hateful language, when you equate a medical doctor saving the lives of women with a mass murderer, you are pleading for some nutcase to go out and murder, all right? It's hateful language. Some nutcase who cannot make that distinction in his own mind, sees no distinction between saving the lives of women with late-term abortions and mass murderers, who makes no distinction between the two, is going to go out and kill, all right? And that's exactly what happened. You fail to make that distinction in your language. Some one of your followers, some of your stupid fanatics is going to fail to make that distinction in their own mind, all right? You're responsible for that. You need to improve. your language and become more articulate and more specific and not equate abortion providers with horrendous criminals, okay? It's pretty fucking simple, all right? Until then, I don't care. You can deny it until you're blue in the face. I am going to hold you responsible as long as you keep using that hateful language. I'm going to hold you responsible. That's all for now.